Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So I'm back in Hawaii for a week. I'm staying on the island of Oahu in Waikiki. So we're going to explore the city of Honolulu and Waikiki over the next 5 days. We're also going to rent a car, take a trip to the North Shore. We're going to do Diamond Head. We're going to check out some amazing restaurants and whatever else we can get into. It's going to be an amazing video, so stay tuned. Let's get into it. So my first stop in Waikiki is Marugame Udon, and I went with the sweet beef top udon. Shelly went with a chicken teriyaki. Also try their tempura, it's dynamite. Originally from Japan, they now have location in Hawaii, California, and Texas. This is a must try if you're here in Waikiki. So this next stop is one of my favorite here in Hawaii. It's Sky Bar Waikiki, up on the rooftop with some fantastic views, especially for sunset. Happy hour starts at 4 o'clock. They have great food, amazing staff, and dynamite cocktails. You're definitely going to want to get your evening started up here at Sky Bar Waikiki. So we started our second day in Waikiki over at beautiful Fort DeRussy Park. We had a nice walk along the beach and then through the paths, which are lined with picnic tables, lots of grass to spread out and shrubs to take in. It's a great way to get the blood moving before a full day of activities here in Waikiki. So upon leaving the park, you'll be up onto the main strip here in Waikiki, and it's lined with shops. Just about every designer or brand you can imagine is here. So that's exactly what we did on our second morning in Waikiki. We just hit some of the shops and we made our way over to the Royal Hawaiian Center. So we made our way over to the Royal Hawaiian Center, which is a beautiful mall, has an indoor-outdoor vibe in it. Lots of nice restaurants, lots of nice shops, one being Kith. And I'm personally a big fan of Kith, and if you go to the outside of the Kith store, you'll find Kith Treats, which is like a little ice cream shop. Absolutely dynamite. You gotta try these. You can do the ice cream where they mix it with the cereal and it's kind of named after famous people, or you can just get like an old school freeze pop. Absolutely delicious, whatever you're going to choose. Definitely stop in at Kith Treats here at the Royal Hawaiian Center. So after we finished shopping, we figured it was time for a break, so we stopped over at Maui Brewing, which is a fantastic spot right on the main strip here in Waikiki. I went with a flight of tasting beers. Shelly went with a flight of sloshes, which is like your frozen kind of tropical drinks. So she had a flight of those. Those were actually really good. The whiskey lemonade was phenomenal. I did try that one. And we also had a beet hummus, which was dynamite. So highly recommend stopping in at Maui Brewing. Fantastic. So we checked out a few more stores after Maui Brewing and we made our way over to the Moana Surfrider, which is the original hotel for tourism here in Waikiki. And if you enter the lobby and head up the stairs on the second floor, there's actually a little museum. It has some old artifacts, some old uniforms, and promotional items, and kind of the history of tourism and in Waikiki. It's actually really, really fascinating. Highly recommend. Only take you a few minutes to go through, but it's kind of a nice piece of history to check out. So after the museum, we went downstairs and out the back door, and you're greeted with a beautiful banyan tree and of course Waikiki Beach. They created a nice little oasis back there from the hustle and bustle of Waikiki. We stopped at the beach bar, which is right under that banyan tree, had a couple cocktails and some wings, which were dynamite, and just kind of people watched for a few minutes before carrying on with our day. So we just stopped at a little look off here, making our way up to the North Shore. It's a bit windy, but the views are absolutely amazing. Look at this blue water and the rocks, the islands out here, absolutely stunning. So we'll get on the road and we're gonna make our way up to the North Shore. We just stopped at the Halona Blowhole, but it was super windy there. You could not you could barely even breathe. So couldn't really say anything, but I'll leave the footage below. Absolutely stunning place. But yeah, we're just at this little look off on the side of the highway, and yeah, let's get up to the North Shore. So our first stop of the day was the Halona Blowhole. That's about 20 minutes outside of Waikiki, and it's a nice little look off. You'll see the pristine coastline of Oahu here. But the other attraction is the blowhole itself, which was formed thousands of years ago by lava tubes. The seawater rushes in and gets forced up through it, almost creating a geyser, shooting water up to about 30 feet in the air. Alright guys, so we're just making our way up to the North Shore, and we stopped at the Valley of the Temples, and it's one of the most gorgeous cemeteries I've ever seen. But the attraction that we're at here is at the back of the cemeteries at the top of the hill. It's the Byodo-In Temple. Absolutely amazing. They have some ponds out front with koi, turtles, ducks, all kinds of stuff like that. They have little gift shop, some restaurant, you get like fresh tapioca and stuff like that. Anyways, we're gonna head in and take a spin through the temple and see what that's like inside. But this place is gorgeous. I highly recommend stopping up here. This scenery is amazing. Just up behind the back of the temple, there's a little meditation pavilion. They have like a little koi pond and a little kind of like a gazebo. Very, very nice. Little Buddha statue back there. You can leave a donation. Really tranquil place just behind the back of the temple. So we decided to stop at this little Macadamia Nut Farm right on the side of the road. They got a nice little store in there, free coffee, all kinds of different nuts, local Hawaiian art, of course. There's also a ranch here that you can take a tour of. Not sure what's going on with that. We're just here for the Macadamia Farm. But yeah, we'll take a spin through. It is absolutely beautiful out here. Of course, all of Hawaii is beautiful, but yeah, every place we stop is just more gorgeous than the last one. Hey guys, so come take a look at this. This is the macadamia nuts. Not sure how you get into them here, but I've seen people rolling them. Oh, they're hard. But if you take a look at the ground down at our feet, it's full of these shells everywhere. I have no idea how you get into them. All right guys, so we figured it out. You actually take them over to these stumps and you smash them with a rock. So we're gonna do that right now. All right guys, so we figured out what the ranch tour is, and it's all these movies here: Jurassic World, Tears of the Sun, 50 First Dates, Lost, Snatched. These were all filmed here. So that's what the tour is. That's actually pretty cool. I would totally do that. We don't have time to do it today, so that maybe we'll be on the next trip, but wow. And look at these hills. Absolutely beautiful. All right guys, so we're just gonna go have a little spin through the gift shop and store here and maybe grab a little coffee. They have some free coffee, so we'll take a spin through and head her on up to the North Shore. All right guys, just getting out of the Macadamia Farm. They have some artisanal like freeze pops here. This one's a hibiscus passion punch, absolutely delicious. And then I also picked up a box of shortbreads from Hawaii here. Right here we got macadamia, passion fruit, guava, and pineapple. Phenomenal. These, I've had these in Waikiki, so I'm bringing some home. Absolutely delicious. Great spot to stop in. Definitely I'm going to check out that tour next time I'm in Hawaii. And yeah, we're going to peel out of here and head up to the North Shore. We stopped at this little regional park here, just kind of on the North Shore. Absolutely stunning. I cannot get over the scenery here in Hawaii. Check this place out. Strong currents. There's some islands way out there. Look, I mean, look at the scenery here. And then when you turn around, there's these massive mountains up there. That's the Jurassic Park stuff is right in this area. I'm not exactly sure the exact place, but it is definitely up here. And yeah, it's a really cool spot. There's these little birds with these red heads that are running around eating coconuts and stuff. There's macadamia nuts all over the place. This place is amazing. Soon we might see some of the surfers. There's a big competition going on this week, the World Surfing League or something like that. So really interesting, absolutely beautiful place. Look at that. Wow. All right, so we've been cruising up and down the North Shore here, but because of the surfing event they have on, the place is packed. There's literally nowhere to park. Most beach parking lots, you know, all the restaurants, they're all just super crowded, which is to be expected, of course, when there's a surfing competition on. So anyways, I think what we're gonna do is take off from here and head over to the Dole Plantation, go check that out. The North Shore is absolutely beautiful, but it is, there's not a lot of space on it. So anyways, with that event going on, it's just not gonna happen today. Beautiful drive though, but yeah, we'll head up to Dole right now. So made it up to the Dole Plantation. Beautiful grounds, absolutely beautiful. So right now we're doing the botanical garden tour. Supposed to be about 25 to 30 minutes long. So we're gonna walk through the botanical gardens, check it out. I think it was about $15 an adult, so not too bad of a price. So yeah, we'll just carry on and head through the botanical gardens. And it's kind of neat over at the back here. They got some of the harvesting equipment that they use to gather the pineapples when they're ripe. And yeah, here's one. They're pretty rusted down. So one thing you'll notice as you go around Hawaii, because of the salt water and salt in the air, everything just rusts here. So the pineapple plantation here at Dole's been around since 1900, I believe. So 124 years, which is pretty amazing. And the island of Hawaii is just blowing me away. It's so unique. I've been to beautiful places all over the world, but Hawaii's got something a bit unique about it. The flora and fauna here are just stuff that you don't see in other parts of the world, at least not myself anyways. Absolutely beautiful place. You got to come to Hawaii if you've never been. So just one thing to note about the botanical garden, if you come in February like we did, a lot of things are not going to be in bloom, so just keep that in mind. But it's still beautiful in here. But I would say summer, you'll have maybe the hibiscus, you know, some coffee, banana. They have all kinds of stuff through here, ginger, banana, dates, you name it. All the stuff from Hawaii is in here, but not much of it is in bloom currently. So we're currently over in the pineapple maze here at Dole. It's the world's largest maze, and it's basically like a race. You got to race through the maze. You got to find these 8 secret stations, and you can download an app and track your time and your progress of the stations. Kind of neat little game, especially if you got some kids with you. And speaking if you got your kids with you, you're definitely going to want to go on the Pineapple Express, which is like a 2-mile train ride around the plantation. Very, very cool. All right, guys, I'm gonna try this Dole Whip. First time trying it here at the Dole Plantation. It's basically just pineapple soft serve. So I will, nice and thick, yellow. Oh my God. Super fruity, super delicious. This stuff is amazing. I know they sell it in theme parks all across America, Disneyland and stuff. I don't know if it's the same, but the stuff here at the Dole Plantation is absolutely dynamite. Super fruity, delicious, thick, creamy. Gotta love it. So after a wonderful road trip around the North Shore, we returned to Waikiki that evening and we went to Morimoto Asia. Morimoto Asia is conceived by Iron Chef Masuharu Morimoto, which you'll know from the Iron Chef Japan series and the Iron Chef America series. He has restaurants all over the United States and the world. He's one of the best sushi chefs on the planet. So to start our meal, we ordered a bottle of sake, which was crisp and delicious, and also went with the pork gyoza. Absolutely phenomenal. So next we moved on to the A5 Wagyu, which is absolutely phenomenal. It's a little bit pricey, $36 an ounce, but it is probably the best beef I've ever had anywhere in the world. They bring out the hot stone, a little bit of the beef fat, and they just glaze that stone, and then you cook your own. Just a couple seconds on each side, and it will melt in your mouth. They serve it with 3 sauces. I believe it's a chimichurri, a ponzu, and something else, but you really don't need them. All you need is a little bit of sea salt in that A5 Wagyu. It's heaven. We then moved on to the half Peking duck, which comes served with like some apricot jam, some hoisin, and some tortillas to make up almost like a little Peking duck taco. Absolutely phenomenal course. So for the main course of the meal, we went with a whole crispy fish, which was a branzino. It's served with like a little carrot, papaya, and cilantro slaw, and they break that down right at the table. Absolutely dynamite. So as we head into the dessert course, I ordered a tasting flight of Japanese whiskey, and the final one had just such a rich smokiness, absolutely phenomenal. Highly recommended if you're a whiskey fan. And then the dessert they bring out, what a showstopper. They literally light some alcohol on fire, pour it over a chocolate ball, and as it melts, it reveals another chocolate dessert that's in that. And then off to the side is almost like a little ganache Kit Kat kind of that they made in-house. It is so chocolatey. If you're a chocolate lover, definitely order this at Morimoto Asia. What a fantastic meal. I definitely will be back when I'm in Waikiki. An experience of a lifetime. So day 4 here in Hawaii. So we woke up early and decided to do the Diamond Head Crater, which was formed by volcanic activity over the last like million years or so. Beautiful state park here. We took a taxi over from the center of Waikiki, only $18 to the tunnel, and then you go through maybe a couple hundred meters and you'll be at the gate. Once you're at the gate, it's $5 for an adult. I'll drop some of the other prices with parking and stuff. We didn't have a car with us. You will notice a sign though, and it says online reservations only. Well, we didn't have online reservations, but you can just walk up and they have you can just basically book your ticket online at the gate. They have Wi-Fi, or you can just use your data and purchase it right on your phone. So you don't have to book in advance. It's probably advisable to. We're here in February, so it's not super packed. Now, the summit was very packed, which is why I'm doing the commentary down here. We just finished the hike. You're gonna wanna give yourself about 2 hours. It's only 1.3 kilometers each way. It's about 500 feet to the summit, or 5 in elevation, but 1.3 kilometers up. It's a mix of concrete trail and then a little rugged trail, some switchbacks, quite a few steps at the top, and it's relatively steep in places, but it's very manageable. There's railings and stuff. Just go slow. But it is packed at the top. There's not a lot of square footage up there, so everybody's taking photos and videos and taking in the sights of the crater and Waikiki. Like, you can see all the way to Pearl Harbor, everywhere. It's absolutely stunning, but it's very packed. So if you plan on basically hanging out up there, you're not really going to get a whole lot of that. Like, you're not going to be able to bring a picnic or anything like that up there. But yeah, absolutely beautiful. Highly recommend it. It is a fantastic. The park opens at 6, so if you want to get an early start, do that. We showed up about 7:30 because we wanted the sun up when we started, and yeah, absolutely phenomenal time. Highly recommend it. You got to do it. We love hikes and state parks and all that kind of stuff, so really enjoyed it. And the price, $5. I mean, you can't beat it. And yeah, enjoy it. Come hang out, take a hike up, and you gotta see it's probably the best views of Waikiki and Honolulu that you're gonna get, and the price is right. So anyways, I'll leave you some footage, and we're gonna head back into Waikiki, get cleaned up, and see what we can get into. So another thing also you'll notice, I'm down in the bowl of the crater, just where you enter Diamond Head, and you'll see up on you'll see pillboxes, or like little bunkers. This was used as a defense establishment back in, I think, as far as 1900. There was like an artillery battery here. There's pistol ranges. They used it in the Cold War. You'll see when you go up top, it's basically all pillboxes and bunkers. That's the look-offs that you're going to be looking out of. Really, really cool. So after finishing Diamond Head, we were looking for some lunch, so we went over to the Waikiki shopping plaza, and on the lower level you'll find Stix Asia, which is the premier Asian food hall here in Honolulu. So they have a wide selection of stuff to choose from here at Stix Asia, and you can start with just drinks, or maybe you just want dessert, and then of course there's the main meal. They have ramen, they have sushi. We opted to go with some Vietnamese pho and a lemongrass banh mi. Both were phenomenal, and that pho, some of the best I've ever had anywhere. So I highly recommend, if you're not sure what you want to grab for lunch but you want something tasty, head over to Stix Asia in the bottom of the Waikiki shopping plaza. You will not be disappointed. So if you're ever in Waikiki and you're looking for some amazing homemade ice cream, you got to try Henry's Place. I'll put the address below. It's just this little shack, open, well, not a shack, but it's just a little kind of kiosk here in the bottom of a building. It's $9.55 for some ice cream, and I think the sorbet is a bit cheaper. They have an amazing selection of flavors, all homemade here. We went with pineapple coconut. Since we're in Hawaii, we're gonna tuck into that, and I'll show you some of the inside of the store and the fridge and some of the flavors, but they have some amazing combinations and selections. So they literally just write it with a Sharpie on the side of like a coffee cup, and then there is the pineapple coconut ice cream. We're gonna tuck into this. It should be amazing. Let's give this a try. Oh my god, that is so delicious. So just finishing up at Henry's Place here. The ice cream was fabulous. He has an Instagram page. I'll actually link it below in the description if you want to check it out. But next time you're in Waikiki, you gotta try Henry's ice cream. So while in Waikiki, we stayed at the White Sands Hotel, and we thoroughly enjoyed our stay at this property. They have a great pool, lots of loungers, a little poolside tiki bar with a happy hour every day. They have a hot tub. They also have a restaurant on site and a hidden speakeasy, which opens up at 8 o'clock at night towards the end of the week. Ask at the front desk about that. They also serve some amazing Hawaiian coffee. They start that at about 5 in the morning, which is a fantastic way to start your day. If I'm ever back in Waikiki, which I probably will be, I will definitely consider staying here again. We had a great time at the White Sands Hotel in beautiful Honolulu, Hawaii. All right, guys, so grabbed some musubi over at the Musubi Cafe. You'll find them all around Waikiki, and you can get like poke bowls and big like pork cutlet meals, but what I'm after is the musubi itself, wrapped in nori. You got some nice, beautiful Japanese rice. Inside this one is a spicy fried chicken, and inside this one is, this one is a spicy fried chicken, and this one is plum. These are absolutely delicious. I've had them before when I was here, and both of these came to under $5, so pretty cheap eats, and they're delicious. So you can't come to Hawaii without trying shaved ice, and we had two while we were here. Over the week, we went with the more traditional style island vintage shaved ice. It has some frozen yogurt, of course the shaved ice, some fruit and other toppings. Absolutely phenomenal. And then we kind of went with the new style, which is over at Ice Monster, recommended as one of the top desserts here in Hawaii. The ice, when they shave it, is already flavored, and then they add, you can get fruit and boba and lots of different toppings. It's a modern twist on an old school shaved ice. Both are equally delicious. So we had a fantastic time down here in Hawaii over the last week. What an amazing place. Absolutely gorgeous. Fantastic food, fantastic cocktails, and great people. My second time here, first time to the North Shore. Great place up there also. I will definitely be back. So I think I'm gonna wrap the video up here. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one.